Talk to me about Trump's immigration plan. Now, he unveiled this last night, so just as a point of reference, he visited with the president of Mexico yesterday,
Yeah, I saw that.
which was, the Democrats called it a flyby photo op with a neighbor.
Right.
I'm not a Trump supporter. I'm not a Hillary supporter.
Yeah.
But even I have to say that when you go visit the head of state of another country, that seems presidential to me. So he did that and was very nice with him, and then came home and completely blasted everything out of the water with these statements like, we will build the wall. Mexico will pay for it. Now, their president says, that's a load of crap. We're not paying for anything. But he's saying, I will make them pay for it, and there will be no amnesty. Which really, I mean, I heard that, and I thought, well, here we go. So that means 11 million people are at risk. And they're even talking about stripping the citizenship from about 5 million more who were born in this country to immigrant parents. So what are your thoughts on all this?
Well, unorthodox. I don't believe this man has ever wanted to be president. I really don't. I just don't believe this is still not a truly legitimate run. That's just at my core. I don't believe it. I believe he's an opportunist, and I believe he's doing this for himself. And I think that he's going to be able to segue, exit stage right with a whole lot more opportunity than when he came in. Okay, so that's first and foremost. I really don't believe he's doing this to be president.
Mark Cuban, the owner of the Dallas Mavericks and the guy that basically invented sound for the internet. Most people don't realize where he made his fortune. That's what he did. He has that same thought because he knows Trump personally. He said, trust me, he has no interest in being president and doing the job. He just wants to build his brand up, step away, and make some money.
And he's going to build his brand. He has built his brand up. Plus, that last night was the definitive statement, if you were really watching and listening, that's what he's doing. Okay, he went all gun. He knew that this wasn't general election politics. He knew that this was going to tear up the campaign in that way, but it was definitely gonna go back and grab all those. People that have that same kind of mindset, the people that he needs to win over right now.
It's red meat for the base.
Red meat for and it's a certain base, but it's the base he needs to get to where he wants to go, I believe. And so I don't think I don't believe it's sincere anyway.
What would he need to do to grab the backing of the Muslim community?
But wait, before we go there, but here's the problem with that. For those 11 million, but not just the 11 million undocumented, for the Latino community. These are some sacred matters. These are matters that are very personal to them. These are matters that have to do with family. They have to do with children. They have to do with grandparents. They do all these things. They have to do with all that they've invested in this country, And so I just don't like to see when someone just doesn't give a darn about his fellow Americans' feelings, what is important to them. I think when he started talking more like a mainstream politician, or just somebody at least who's willing to understand that mainstream America is not going to accept this kind of stuff, at least you're being respectful, even if you're being disingenuous. But when you get to a point where you just for these political points that you're trying to make, or for this brand building that you're trying to do, you don't give a good God darn about millions of people what's going to happen to them that morning or that evening, or how they're going to get hurt, how they're going to feel abandoned, or they're going to feel. I just think we're just going so far away from what the people that founded this nation, what they did for one another, how they argued matters. They might have disagreed. James Madison or George Washington or Ben Franklin, they might have vehemently disagreed on matters that were very pertinent to this nation's survival. But they were sincere in what they believed.
Yeah, I agree.
And they respected each other's humanity and person and integrity. And we're so far from that. It's like nothing matters anymore. There's nothing sacred. Not even your own honor is sacred anymore.
Right.
It's like I told you about us. I tell young Muslims that we don't tolerate people of their faith, just like they shouldn't tolerate us. You tolerate an alcoholic in the street. You tolerate an ex-con. You tolerate things that you tolerate, right? Because you have to, reconstitute them into something.
That's good.
You don't tolerate a good, sincere, God-fearing man or woman. You respect that person. You honor that person.
So respect over tolerance.
Respect period.
I got you.
Honor, period.
I got you.
Okay? And tolerance isn't a word that you would say about a God-fearing man or woman.
Yeah, but that's become the buzzword lately, hasn't
and
it?
honest,
Let's all have tolerance.
And honest, God-fearing, law-abiding, hardworking, family values man or woman is someone you tolerate? Really? Really?